Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to walk you through how to set up the Amazon MCF app for Shopify stores. So to get started, all you're going to do is click Add App when you're on our app landing page. Go ahead and install the app. And open it up. Once you're here, it'll prompt you to log into your Amazon Seller Central account. And note that the app is currently only supporting US marketplace accounts only. So when you're brought to this page here, make sure you choose United States. If you sell on multiple marketplaces, you'll see a longer list here. So just choose United States. And then you're brought into our welcome page here. So from here, we're just going to walk through the 4 easy steps and we'll be set up with the app. So first step, we're going to connect to our Amazon account. Since we're already signed in, this will be nice and easy. So we got the success message and we're connected. Now we're going to need to map our SKUs. So if I click into the SKU mapping page here, you can see that I should see all of my Shopify SKUs, and I'm going to need to tell Amazon via the app, when an order comes in for this Shopify product, I want you to ship this Amazon product. So a lot of the times you might have your Shopify SKU and your Amazon SKU just already match up, like I do for this test SKU here. So you should see that this will auto map within the app. If you have items that don't auto map, maybe they don't have the same exact SKU value, then you can click this pencil icon and enter whatever the Amazon SKU would be. And then just click the green check mark to save. I don't have this SKU in my store, so I'll get an error message there. If you have a large catalog, over 500 or so SKUs, you might notice that when you first come into this page, that it doesn't quite have all of your Shopify catalog, and the mapped number is not as high as you would expect it to be. Give this page maybe a minute to load, hit the refresh button, and you should see that number tick up to their correct number. So again, that would normally only apply if you have a larger catalog. Also, if you have a catalog and you need to quickly filter to see, okay, which ones do I have mapped versus not, we do have these filters here, which can make that a little bit easier for you. Once I'm all done with this screen, I'll go back to the welcome tab, and then I need to manage my shipping settings. So this is step 3, and I'll go into shipping options here. On this page, you're going to tell Amazon how quickly we should ship your products based on the speed name that we receive from the Shopify order. So you can see on the right-hand side, I'd have this drop-down menu between our 3 Amazon ship speeds. And on the left-hand side is a free text field. So when you come into this page, you're going to need to edit this if your shipping option names are different from standard, expedited, and priority, which in most cases they probably will be. So again, these are the rates that customers will see at checkout when they're checking out of your Shopify store. So if you don't know that off the top of your head, then you can check that in your Shopify shipping settings. So let me tab over to, it's again, Shopify settings, go down to shipping and delivery. And then you're going to want to look at the domestic or United States shipping zone based on where you're located. So if I'm looking at this, I have 5 different rates, but I can see I only have 2 different rate names. So I have economy and I have standard. So I'm going to want to be sure in the Amazon MCF app that I have both of these rate names listed in there. So all I would need to do is just type out economy. Let's map that to standard. And the second one was standard. Let's map that to expedited. You can also, of course, change the rate names in here if you like. So maybe I just don't even need this rate here. And I want to edit this rate name to be called, let's say I want to make this express. So if you go into here and you see express, then we just need to update that in the MCF app. And if I'm not using this one, I can go ahead and delete it, or I can go back in here and add an additional rate. Great. The other thing to check on this page is you're going to want to make sure that Amazon MCF shows up as a shipping origin. So in my case, it automatically showed up for me here. If it did not, I can show you what that looks like and what you need to do. So if you were brought, let me give this a refresh. Okay. Oh, doesn't want to go away. There we go. So if you were brought to this screen here and Amazon MCF did not show up as a shipping origin, if you scroll down on this page, and again, we're in the shipping and delivery page, you can see not shipping from, and our app should appear there. So we'll just need to add rates for it. You can either set up new rates, or you can just use the same rates that you already have set up for your existing location. So let's just do that to make our life easy, and click save. Great. So now we have Amazon MCF here, and we have economy, and I guess I left this as standard mapped in the app, and I'm not removing that, or I'm not using that option. So we're all set here. If for whatever reason we receive an order and it's not mapped in this page here, then we'll just ship it at the default speed that's chosen here. So if you want that default speed to be anything faster than standard, you could just update that right there. Okay, now that we've finished step 3, then our final step is to assign the products to Amazon MCF in Shopify. So if I click on this link here, it'll link us out to the Shopify bulk editor, where I can see all of my products. And we auto added the column for stocked at, which is the one that we'll need to address in this section. So if I click into this, I should see a drop down. Amazon MCF is appearing, and I can either do that one by one, or sometimes it's easier if I click the bottom right corner. I can drag that down and finalize. And now the products are saved. If you needed to add any other columns here to make life easy, you can do so by clicking the columns button up here. So if you needed to see any of your SKU values, your product tags, things like that, that can be added to this page as well. All right, so we've gone through steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're all set up within the app to where if a order comes in for my 2 products that I have in my store, then it'll route to the Amazon MCF location. By default, your Shopify store is probably set to have automation turned off. So if you want to automate the process, meaning when a customer orders from your Shopify store, if you want that order to automatically route to Amazon for fulfillment, you can do that in your Shopify settings. So if I go into Shopify settings and I go to checkout this time, if I scroll down into the section where it says after an order has been paid, you'll want to click the bubble that says automatically fulfill the order's line items. So again, that'll mean when an order comes in, it's going to automatically request fulfillment from the assigned location. In this case, that assigned location is Amazon MCF. If you don't have this checked on, or you prefer to manually review every order, you can leave that as off. When an order comes into your Shopify store, it'll sit in an unfulfilled status, and then you'll just need to click into that order and request fulfillment manually. So again, up to you what works best for your process. Okay, so now that we've gone through the full app setup, I want to touch on one other new functionality that we've launched in May of 2023, and that is multi-location support. So for some of you who are maybe a little bit more advanced in Shopify, you might be using Shopify's multi-location functionality. So if we want to use that within our app, we can now do so. So if I go into the settings page here, this was the page where we were editing the shipping names, but you can see there's also this second tab for multiple location settings. So in this page here, by default, our app will choose single location. And that means that inventory and orders will only route to Amazon MCF or only to one location for the SKUs that you designated in the fourth step previously. If we want Amazon MCF to be a fulfillment option among other options in Shopify, that's where you'll want to use the multiple location setup. So if I click into this and save my changes, it'll give me a warning saying that I can't go back to single location without uninstalling the app. So just a heads up, just be sure you want to make this change before you do so. Let me confirm that. Multiple location settings is updated. And now if I go back into my products, I should see that in the inventory stocked at location, it's now being tracked by multiple locations. So if I click edit, you can see I've got all my different locations here, and Amazon MCF is one of them. So what this means, so let's say I had 2 locations turned on because I have Amazon MCF as one warehouse, and I have my own local facility as my second warehouse, and I'm tracking both sets of inventory in Shopify. If I turned it on, this is what that would look like. So I can see inventory values for each location, summing to a total. Now what'll happen is orders will come into Shopify, and then Shopify will determine where that order gets routed to based on the priority. And you can set the priority in your Shopify location settings. So if we did Shopify settings and locations, you can view or edit your location priority and drag or drop up and down based on what you want to have happen. So if I have it set, let's say Amazon MCF number 1, second warehouse is number 2, then that'll mean that it's going to try to route the order to Amazon MCF if inventory is available. In the event that inventory is not available, it'll try to route that order to the second option, and so on and so forth. So let me save my changes there, and then I'm all set up and ready to go. And that's it. So again, quick and easy setup. If you have any other questions, feel free to visit our supplychain.amazon.com website, where we have a user guide dedicated to the Shopify app that has some other FAQs that we didn't go over today. Thanks so much for watching.